You guys remember that time when I played DoorDash and I got launched into the atmosphere? Before we begin, I want to thank today's sponsor of the video, Stream Beats. Stream Beats are copyright-free live stream music they can use in any form of content, whether it be YouTube videos, live streams, podcasts, anything else. If you could think of something, you can use Stream Beats for it. Even if you just want to sit back in your room one day and just have some background music on. It's all safe. You can find them on anywhere you can listen to music, whether it be Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, anywhere else you listen to music, you can find it there. Just search Harris Heller and they should come up. And the big thing is, before we move on, no promo code needed from me at all. They are totally free. I'll leave Spotify links in the description below. And like I said, if you don't use Spotify, just search Harris Heller. It should come up there. So with that out of the way, onto the video. We are going to make a tier list. Those people who watch the stream relatively often know that I like to play Fall Guys. But we're gonna do a tier list first of games that I think are gonna go in a certain tier. Here is the tier list. This is one I found on Tier Maker. So it has every current, this is every current Fall Guys game down here. Fall Guys games, we'll go in order. So S to F, I'm gonna rank each one. So first up is Big Fans. Big Fans is the game they added in Season 2. And it's a game that is mostly about platforming across the gaps as each fan rotates. They did patch it in the mid-season update for Season 3, and they've added more of like a randomness effect. They've added more actual fans that throw you around the stage a bit more. But I think it's a relatively straightforward game. I think there's something really wrong with it. It's nothing too exciting. I'm going to put this in B tier, I think. Yeah, Big Fans definitely gonna go in B tier for me. This is Greasy Peak, I think, up next. I can tell by the layout outright. Greasy Peak, one of the ones they added in Season 3, I believe. And I think Greasy Peak is just better Fall Mountain. I think it's a lot of fun. I like the gradual ascent up the mountain, and I think it's a really fun stage. Sure, like some of the obstacles are kind of like you can kind of choreograph them eventually, but I think for what the stage is and what it does right, and how it added more to like more of like the race feature or the race games in Fall Guys, I want to put this in S tier for right now. I love Greasy Peak. I think it's really fun. Next up is Hoopsy Legends. Hoopsy Legends, it was added, I think, in Season 2, I think it was. And it's basically if you took the Hoopsy team game and you pretty much made it a free-for-all, you have to get a certain amount of points to advance. I think it's all right. I think it's definitely better than Big Fans in terms of like difficulty and excitement. And it's like a really fun game. It feels satisfying when you make it out of Hoopsy Legends because, like, you know, you don't get thrown out, you don't get kicked out of the game, and you still have a pretty, like, it's usually towards the end too, so it's not too crap, but there are games where like Hoopsy Legends is huge, so it can get pretty tricky, but it's all right. I'm gonna put it towards like probably A tier. Night Fever up next. Night Fever was Season 2 again. It's more of a platformer. It's kind of like a Tantra Run down here, which is a Season 3 game. Very similar, and I think it has a randomness effect where it's like you don't know if you're gonna get the Seesaw element or the what's the word, like the logs with the moving like cones on, whatever you want to call them. It's solid. I think it's better than Big Fans, but I think I'm gonna put it above Big Fans because I think it's good. There's a little bit of randomness to it, but I think it's pretty all right. The ending's not that hard. The part with all the axes coming at you on the slime isn't that bad either. And also, chat, if any of my Fall Guys players out there, if you have any opinions on them, feel free to voice them right now as I go along. Penguin Pursuit. This is the one they added in Season 3. This one allows you to chase down penguins. It's control the penguin and you earn points for your team. I only played it like once or twice because it doesn't pop up very often for me in my sessions playing Fall Guys. I also haven't played in a little bit, but I think with this one, it's a solid team game. It reminds me a little bit of like Team Tail Tag. Like you have to hold on to something or else you don't get points, and they gradually get points over time. This one's it's a little bit different. Of course, there's no gradual over time counter. So I haven't played it a lot, but I do like it. I think I'm gonna put it above Big Fans, but right in between that and Night Fever. Next, Block Party. This one is a mixed bag for me. I think it's relatively easy, but it depends on the people that you play the game with. And if you have people who are like grabbers or like to shove people around, it is annoying and you can get knocked down pretty easily. There's been times on this stream where I get knocked down a lot and I get very, very sad. And it sucks when you lose, but like it's mostly on the people more so than the obstacles. There are ones like where you get stuck on the bar that like comes across the stage. You get stuck on that. I don't know if it's just a me thing or it's the actual thing that happens with the game. But that's something that I noticed with it. So I'm gonna put Block Party, kind of put it below big fans, I'm not gonna lie. It's all right. It's not a bad game. It's just all right to me. Gate Crash. Up next, that one, it's really fast. It goes by pretty quickly. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward stuff. I'm gonna put it at the bottom of A. Really enjoyable. It goes by quick, and it's simple concept. It's done really well. All I'll say about it, I don't moan when it comes up unless it's something really stupid happens with it. But yeah, pretty straightforward stuff. I like Gate Crash a lot. Next up is DoorDash. DoorDash is a game that, oh man, you guys remember that time when I played DoorDash and I got launched into the atmosphere?
Oh, that sucks. What? Holy shit! Holy shit! He's fucking flying! What? No way! Oh, what? I'm back at the. Oh, it's over.
But yeah, it's a deception game. Basically, you guess the doors to each one, you break it, you go through. But it's solid. It is kind of RNG. I agree, Bert. It is pretty RNG because it kind of randomized. It's a guessing game, which it's not bad. I like taking gambits and getting them right. Like, oh, I'm gonna say, oh, it's this one when I see like a row of doors. I think it's definitely better than Block Party. I think it's better than Block Party. I think I'm gonna put it right next to Big Fans. Yeah, I think it goes next to Big Fans. We got Egg Scramble and Egg Siege up next. I'll do Egg Scramble first. That was the OG one. Egg Scramble is what usually a chaotic team game, especially when the game first came out. Like, the teams were usually so big and it was so hectic, but in later patches, I think it was in season 2, they really downscaled how many people could be in that game at once, which I thought was such a cool addition that they made it like the teams could be smaller, so it's a lot more strategy focused. And I do like that about Egg Scramble. I think for me, it's a decent team game, but I think there's more. Actually, no, I think there's more strategy in this one than there is in Egg Siege. So I think this actually goes above Egg Siege, but I'm gonna put Egg Scramble probably next to DoorDash, honestly. A lot of these are clearly better than Block Party. Egg Siege, I'm gonna put, yeah, probably right next to it too. I prefer Egg Scramble to Egg Siege, honestly. Oh boy. All right. We all know my feelings on this next one. It's Fall Ball. Those of you who have watched me play Fall Guys this week know I do not like Fall Ball. It's led to a lot of me pretty much losing and getting like disqualified from the game, basically, because I don't have a good team. Most of the time, I blame my own team. However, when Fall Ball hits, oh, it hits. It's a lot of fun. But the game is really hit or miss for me. Yes, I get it, because, you know, you hit the ball, you miss, or if you miss the ball, it's a Sag farm. So with that hit or miss aspect, I'm gonna put Fall Ball in C tier. Oh, next up, oh, this is easy. Fall Mountain, F tier. Hate Fall Mountain. One of the worst. It's probably the worst one in the game. Easily the worst final. So you literally get hit once and you lose. And I know for some people it might be an easy clap, but no, Fall Mountain, easily the worst for me. I just do not like it, and I'm also not good at Fall Mountain, I think. Whenever I see it, I know it's almost like a guaranteed loss. There have been times where I won Fall Mountain, but that was like back in season 1, I think. I'm pretty sure I was back in season 1. Slime Climb. Up next, that's an easy S tier. Easy S tier. I love Slime Climb. You guys know that. I think it's actually probably like my best like individual Fall Guys game, in my opinion. I think it's probably my best one. I love like the obstacle part of it. I love how it's a race to the finish, basically, where if you stay too far back, you get eliminated. And the herd can get really thin with not Fall Guys. I mean, that could be a good way to explain how the game's audience is dropped. Sag. But still, I think it's really fun. I really, really like it. But yeah, it's also been here since the beginning. They have a lot of different elements to each one, so you never know what you're going to get, especially towards the end of Slime Climb, where you can get either like the hammers, you can get the swinging balls, which I think are usually the normal ones, or you get the roller, which goes from side to side. It's a good mode. I really like it. Fruit Shoot up next. Fruit Shoot, it's all right. I think it's C tier. I think it's above Fall Ball. But it's a solid C tier. It's literally just a straight shot to the finish. And like if there is a Yeetus that spawns to the side, it's such an easy game to win. This is like definition of baby game in Fall Guys, if you know what you're doing. Like this is like the Goo Goo Gaga baby game with a sippy cup that any kid could probably do. Like I am not kidding. I know you can probably say that about Fall Guys in general, but this is like one of those baby games in Fall Guys. Like easily. That's what I think. I don't know if you guys who played it would agree, but that's what comes to mind for me. Hit Parade up next. I like Hit Parade. I think it's definitely better than everything up until at least. I think it's actually bottom of A tier. No, I think it's above Gate Crash. I think it goes above Gate Crash for me because I think when I'm judging what I have on the screen right now, I think it's definitely better than Block Party. Definitely better than both Egg games. Definitely better than DoorDash. Definitely better than Big Fans. Definitely better than Penguin. Better than Night Fever. I think it's better than Gate Crash too by a little bit. It's a straightforward one. Obstacles don't get in the way, but they also randomize them every time. So I think it's a really fun one. Not too hard to get hit way too many times. Hence the name Hit Parade, but that's how I feel. Hex-a-Gone, another one that I love. I'm gonna put that's another S tier. I'm gonna put it up. I think, ooh, Hex-a-Gone is either, I love it more than Slime Climb. Hex-a-Gone is easily S tier. I think it's probably the most strategic final, along with Thin Ice, which is down here. We'll get to Thin Ice too. Like before Season 3, it was definitely the most strategic final. I think it's the best final they have in the entire game. Like before, especially before Season 3. But it's really a debate between this or Thin Ice. It's one of the two. I love the real estate control you have in it, controlling like how much air you have, cutting people off, and like the satisfaction of winning at Hex-a-Gone. Oh, it's so good. And there was a time on the stream where I called myself the best Hex-a-Gone player east of the Mississippi. Yeah, I genuinely said that too because I kept winning at Hex-a-Gone. So that's why it holds a special place in my heart for this game. That's how I feel. Next is Hoarders, another team game. I think it's tough because like it's also kind of dependent on your team because it always goes back and forth. Should go probably. Is it worse than Fall Ball? For those who played Fall Guys, do you guys think Hoarders is worse than Fall Ball? It's either C or B tier. It's gonna be low B. Let's look at it this way. Is it better than Fall Ball? Debatably no, actually. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put, yeah, definitely go in C tier. It's just that the thing about Hoarders is that if your team just hits the balls everywhere, it's not gonna go, it's just gonna go back and forth. It's so chaotic, but like if you can play good defense, I think it's all right. I think it's like, it's right on the same level as Fall Ball is in my opinion. Let me go over to the next one. Hoopsy. I do like me some Hoopsy. This is the team one. I do really enjoy. It's actually one of the better team games. Hoopsy. I think I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put it right here. Hoopsy. Actually, ooh. I'm gonna reorganize. I think Hoopsy Legends is definitely worse than Hoopsy, like teams. I think I'm gonna put Hoopsy top of A. Yeah, I like this. Hoopsy teams top of A. Hit Parade number 2. Hoopsy Legends number 3 or equal to, and then Gate Crash 4. I like that placement. Jinxed. Oh, Jinx is a game we have a mixed relationship with. Jinxed, I kind of, it's either C or B. Let's look at it again. So Jinx is a game where it's basically COVID the game. It's like you're just super spreading a disease in Fall Guys. That's literally all it is. That's literally what you do. And you know, I don't have the best luck with Jinx. I usually lose that game like 9 times out of 10. And it's a Sag farm. It happens a lot, but it's all right. It's very chaotic. It's usually like 20 versus 20 when it comes to Jinxed. But let's see. Is it better than Hoarders? It's like just as chaotic as Hoarders. But not. Yeah, I think Jinx is actually probably the worst team game so far. We'll say that right now. Ooh, the jump games. Jump Showdown. I'll do Jump Showdown. Jump Showdown goes in S. Definitely goes in S tier. Really fun survival game. Really a test of like how much you could finesse your way over the rotating bars. Easily goes in S tier for me. Easily S. Jump Club, the free-for-all version of it. I'm going to put that in A tier. You can't do as much strategy, but it ends relatively quickly. I'm going to put it probably below Hit Parade or equal to Hit Parade. That's what I'm going to say right there. So I'll go with that. Next up, Perfect Matching. This one also kind of baby game if you're paying attention really well. And I think it's a game that it got harder as they worked. There is the one with the spinning arm, and I want to play that one more often. It's such a challenge and satisfying to win. But let's see, Perfect Matching. I think we put Perfect Matching. It's definitely better than. All right, better than Block Party, better than the Egg Games. I think it's better than DoorDash. I'll put it right here. Top of B. I think it's below Night Fever. It's a solid game. I don't usually get mad when I see it, so I'll leave it at that. Rock and Roll, a 3-team game. This one can be a lot about strategy. I think it's definitely not. I think it's at least B tier. So let's look at it this way. I think Rock and Roll. Usually it's kind of like first one who gets down the ramp. You just a clear shot, but you never know knowing the teams who control you and push your ball back. Happens a lot. It's happened to my team a fair amount of times, unfortunately. But let's see. I think it's at least B tier. Better than Big Fans. I think it's right about. Put it above Penguin because I haven't played Penguin a lot. Yeah, I like that. Below Perfect Matching, but right about there. It's a good team game. Don't get me wrong. I really like that game. It's just, I think there are other better games in it. It's a better team game. And we'll get some other. There's another team here that I really like. It's this one right here. We'll get to that one shortly. Rollout/roll off. I'm going to count them together. I don't think there's a roll off on here. The final. No, that's it right there. I think that's the final version of it. Rollout, pretty standard. Nothing that stands out too much when it comes to rollout. Rollout is simple. It's fun to troll people and grab them and throw them off. I've done that plenty of times. I remember I did a stream when I was playing Fall Guys once I got that game. I said, if I don't throw anybody off, I'm gifting a sub. And people were like, that's a bold statement. And I threw people off almost every time I did it. And it felt great. If you were there, probably remembering that. I think it's gonna go in better than that. I'm gonna put a rollout. I'm gonna put it next to DoorDash. I think it's better than the Egg Games, slightly, chat. But let's go with that for now. Dizzy Heights. I love me some Dizzy Heights. It's easily at least A tier. I think it goes in A. It's a solid game. Got more chaotic when they added the Yeetuses and other factors to it. It's such a fun platformer. Usually if a platforming stage is usually gonna do well in my books unless it's like dummy stupid or something like that. But Dizzy Heights is a super fun one. Royal Fumble and like all the tail games I think are coming up next. Royal Fumble is a game I didn't play a ton. I haven't seen it in like months, I feel like, because it's so rare where you're in a situation where it's like at least like 4 to 6 people in a final. So I think with that, I think I put Royal Fumble honestly probably at bottom of B tier. I think it's bottom of B tier. I just haven't played it that much lately. It's been so long since I played it. Next up is Seesaw. Probably gonna go, I think it's B tier. I think it's better. I think it's right about here. No, I think it's, yeah, no, I think it's right about there. Seesaw, it's solid. Usually people can mess with you though with how like they can control how the seesaws kind of shift momentum. Pretty straightforward game. When you're in front, oh, it's such a baby game because there's nobody stopping you. And you're usually sipping on your sippy cup the whole way there, and then you win, and it feels great. It feels wow, man. You won. That's the first round most of the time, but I think B tier is pretty appropriate for it. Tail Tag, this is the free-for-all version. The free-for-all version of Tail Tag is good. I think, let's see. I think it's at least B tier. Let's look at the other games in B tier. I would put it probably around Rock and Roll. I think I put it below Seesaw. Yeah, it's pretty good appropriate placing. Team Tail Tag, probably the same deal. I'll put it below. Actually, no, I'll put it above the Penguin game. Yeah, that's pretty appropriate for both of them. I prefer the free-for-all more than the team one, because the team one, there have been times where I played the team version of Team Tail Tag, and I got yoinked, but I didn't get my tail back, but then my teammates choke, and we lose, because you have to actually rely on a team of brain deads to try and win at Team Tail Tag. And, spoiler, it doesn't work. Like 9 times out of 10, they choke it for you, and then you get sad because you didn't lose, you didn't win. Then you have to go back to the start and hope we don't get that game again. So yeah, B tier. I prefer the solo one because you don't have to rely on people as much. You just have to run away from people instead and keep your tail and not get yoinked. Super important, chat. Keep that in mind. Thin Ice, though? Oh, easily yes. Thin Ice is probably the same level as Hex-a-Gone. I prefer Hex-a-Gone slightly, but Thin Ice is so much fun. I love Thin Ice. It's basically Hex-a-Gone with less layers, but like almost as much, if not more strategy. That's why it's like on the same level as Hex-a-Gone for me. I love it. It's probably the best final they've had. It's probably the best game ad from season 3. And it's such a fun one to play. Because it's cool. It feels good when you win too, and like find like a good island where like you're untouchable. It's so good. It's one of my favorite ones, as I said. Tiptoe, a game I have not seen a lot of either since season 3 came out. It's still there, and there are Yeetuses below the stage now, which actually make it pretty fun. So I'm gonna put Tiptoe. It's also a stressful game. The thing about Tiptoe, you have to play things super safe and hope that you don't get thrown off or like choke. Because if you choke, especially towards the end of Tiptoe, you're basically GG. There's only been like, I think, one instance of Tiptoe where I fell towards the end but still made it out. That's like one in like hundreds of thousands of sessions I played of Fall Guys. Like, it's crazy how weird, how rare it happens. So let me look at this. Is Tiptoe better than Royal Fumble? Yes. Better than Block Party? Yes. Better than the Egg Games? Yes. Better than Rollout? Yes. Better than DoorDash? Yes. I think it's better than Big Fans. I think Tiptoe goes right about, I think it goes below matching. Yeah, I think it goes right about around matching. I think it's a really good game, but it's all right. It's good. Whirligig. It's at least A tier. I think it's probably around Gate Crash level. Yeah, I think it's around Gate Crash level. Pretty simple. I enjoy it more than Gate Crash. It's just more exciting to it because the fans running around and like, they added more random elements to it. It's good. Pretty solid. Pretty straightforward game. Season 1 OG. Wall Guys. Wall Guys, a Season 2 game they added. And there can be some assholes in Wall Guys if you guys have played that one. There are people, I think Paul's played it with me. There have been times where people will get the strategy going and then people start pulling the platforms away from each other, and I get so upset because I just want to finish the level, but people are like, no, you can't, LOL, and I get super sad. They have to wait like a minute for people to push them back or find a new strategy and then do it again. But aside from that, it's a decent game. It's not C tier, it's at least B. But let me think about this one. I'm gonna put Wall Guys probably, I think next to Seesaw. I think it's worse than Rock and Roll, but I think it's around B tier. Tantra Run. Tantra Run is really fun. I really like it. It's like Night Fever, except I think slightly better. I really like the ending stretch. I'm gonna put Tantra Run probably right about here. I think it's better than Whirligig. I actually kind of like it more than Hoopsy. I'll put it above Hoopsy. Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Really fun. Ice physics. There's the gambit in the middle with the boxing gloves. The ending's super fun. I just like that one a lot. Next up, we got, I really like this one. The Snowball game. This is the one where you make the biggest snowball, and whoever gets the first 2 teams. It's like Rock and Roll, except more of like a freedom, like open area. And it's about collecting snowboard and getting it to a goal. It's at least A tier. I'm gonna put it in. I think it's actually one of the best team games in Fall Guys. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna put it on the same level as Hoopsy. Equal. I think it's one of the best team games in Fall Guys. It's definitely one of the better games they add in Season 3. Man, most Season 3 games are at least like B or A tier. Usually A tier, though, for most ones I've laid out. But yeah, next up is our last two are Season 3 games. That's Roll Off, I think, and that is Ski Fall. Ski Fall, super easy, straightforward game, really just jumping through hoops and getting the points. Pretty simple, pretty fast, too. I'm going to put it below Tantra Run. Actually, yeah, no, I think it's below Tantra Run. I like it. Fast pace, score the most points, you win, get like a couple gold rings, you're set. Pretty satisfying one, pretty fun. And finally, Roll Off. Roll Off is a final they added in Season 3. It's like Rollout, but more condensed, where you only have two like platforms going two different ways. Like one, like think this, like this. If that made any sense, chat. But I only played it a couple times, but I think it's a pretty well-designed game. I think it's B tier. Where in B tier though? I think better than Royal Fumble, better than Block Party. I think I'll put it next to its predecessor. I'll put it above DoorDash. I like it more than DoorDash. Yeah, I think it's a way to put it. And then yeah, that's it. So let's look at the order here. Jinx is in D tier now that I think about it. Jinx goes in D tier. It's like, it's not the worst game, but it's whatever to me. It's all right. Hoarders, yep, I agree with. Fall Ball, yes. It's such a hit or miss game for me. Fruit Shoots, Super Baby Game, Sippy Cup. Royal Fumble, I just haven't seen it in a while. Block Party, yeah, pretty standard. Egg Games, Scramble before over Egg Siege, definitely. Rollout, or whatever it's called, yeah, pretty standard. DoorDash, Roll Off. Big fans, maybe that might go up. Penguin might go up too. I should play the Penguin game more often. Team Tail Tag, yep. Both tail games. Seesaw, Wall Guys. Let's see. That is Rock and Roll. Tiptoe. Then we got Matching. Then we got Night Fever. Next up in A tier, we got Gate Crash, Whirligig. That is Hoopsy Legends, Ski Fall, Tantra Run, Jump Club. That is Hit Parade, Hoopsy Daisy, Snowball, Dizzy Heights, and my cream of the crop top 5 games in Fall Guys are Slime Climb, Hex-a-Gone, Thin Ice, Greasy Peak, and Jump Showdown. Those are my ranked games in Fall Guys. I'll flash up a picture of this in the outro of the video for you to judge. And if you hated it that much, leave a comment below and tell me what I did wrong. Thanks, guys.